All right, let's get started. Welcome everyone. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Let's jump straight into it. Now I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, all right, cool. So I did a release on the weekend, which is good. I fixed a few minor issues, and today we are going to fix some more. So I do have a list of ones I did want to kind of fix. So I should also point out that... Sorry, I didn't do this on the weekend. All right. We've released that one and we can archive it. All right, cool. So yeah, we've got about 6 different little things in there. So now I have been thinking about this one. I need to flesh it out even more. The probability is we'll probably enable the start and end date in it. However, we'll probably do something special around this particular thing. So yeah, we'll have to figure this one out properly at a later date. We just need the flow. We've got a potential fix, but we need to make sure that fix fits within the NearBeach flow. So yeah, tonight we want to have a look at the date time not matching on the Gantt chart. So we definitely want to put that in today's version. We also want to check out the objects before, which, yep, cool. There was also a couple other ones. We need to fix this one pretty quickly too. Won't take us too long to fix that one. And I feel like we could potentially tackle this one with the idea of going for number 2. So the idea being is if there is a duplicate, someone tries putting the duplicate under there, what will actually happen is it'll check for that duplicate. If there is a duplicate, it'll just be like, hang on, that's a duplicate, and then back on out. We'll have to... before I say anything, I've just realized what I was saying is a bit redundant. So yeah, we'll just have to deal with the drag and drop. With the adding, what we're going to actually do, very much similar how we do it in other places, is we'll pipe down the data, and when someone selects that particular day, what will actually happen is it'll actually exclude those from the potential list. So yeah, I feel like... What else did I put up? Sorry, I have this on the whiteboard. Fixture bug, we've got that on. Dark mode issue, 1375. There you are. So yeah, I went through today and I'm like, what are some quick and easy ones with the majors and so forth like that. Data, time frame, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, anyway, we're on an ad break. I don't have Socks here today, sorry. She's at my partner's place along with Max. So yeah. All right, and I just realized I don't have any water. I will be right back. I won't be long. I'm sorry about this. Cool. All right, got myself some fizzy water. So yeah, I should get a socks picture here. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully everyone's going well tonight. Tonight, what I want to do is I want to fix those bugs. I want to start writing those unit tests, and I want to add in the permissions around for the new content we've been creating. It's something that we've been missing. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. So, jumping over into here, let's have a look at these four. Let's have a look at these. Yep, 4. Sorry, I really should have... this is why I do administration stuff, to clean up everything and so forth like that. Now, we could focus on these two at the start, but I want to get these two done very quickly. So, fixture bug, team leader. We can get this one done pretty quickly. So, the way I would do it, to make sure this is done and dusted, is I'm going to remove the database. I'm going to stop that, and then what I'm going to do, Python 3 manage migrate, Python 3 manage load data, and then what we're doing is we're loading the fixtures data, and it's just on the basic setup. Then we're just playing. Then we go over here, we just go localhost. We're logging in as admin. Now we know it's on the requirement 1. I am going to double check that with the team leader. So I'm going to log in as team leader. So requirement 1, no access. We're just going to reopen this up in a empty container, scroll all the way down, remove this, go yes, add this, and add in the admin user, and done. Now, what we need to do from this particular point onwards, I'm going to use this screen. So we need to go source, venv, bin activate, Python 3, manage, dump data, indent is going to be 2, format is going to be JSON, and then we do this, and then we go NearBeach, fixtures, NearBeach basic, setup JSON. And that's pretty much it. And then we go Python 3 manage test. Now, why do we do tests is because the tests will use that particular fixture. If the fixture hasn't been set up correctly, we're going to find it here. And everything ran perfectly fine. So the fixture is set up perfectly fine. If we do get status, sorry, I'm gonna kill that for a second. Remove NearBeach static, git checkout NearBeach static, and then git status. So the only thing we've got is the fixture. So git add, git commit, bug fix. Very quick and easy bug to start off with. Yeah, sometimes I like to start off with some very quick and easy bugs, just get the good feelings done and dusted, gamify things a little. So this is now ready for retesting. We're going to go back to here, and we are going to look at new planner object wizard dark mode not enabled. So if we have a look at this, so new planner object wizard. So if we close all this, we go to my planner. I'm under the source JavaScript components, my planner. I'm also going to open up my planner itself, and if I scroll to the top, yeah, we don't have dark mode or anything like that set up. So we actually need to pass through the theme. So type string default is, I think, light. I'm just going to double check that. Oh, default is nothing. Okay, cool. And then what we want to do is I am going to open up projects, new project. we need to port this through. And we need to get theme. So I'm just going to put this over here for reference. We're going to do this at the planner level. So it's going to cover everything. So nconfig provider theme equals get theme. And then we're going to delete all that. Then shift V. And we're going to get everything in here. Like so. Easy done. Now, this is a mixin. Let's import. If I scroll all the way down, I'll be able to see the mixin very quickly. It is get theme mixin. Cool, done. Almost done. We now need to tell the system, hey, there's a mixin. Like so. And by theory, it should be there. npm run prod. I don't know why I did prod, but npm run watch. There we go. All right, watch is happening. And we're definitely not doing an update on stream. We all know what happens. How's the NearBeach project coming along? Yes. Anyway, welcome, the Never World. How are you going? Hopefully you're going well. So, yeah. Anyway, that should have, yep, that's compiled. And I'm not running the server. NearBeach, no, all good, all good. It is funny. I will laugh. I never actually made that connection in my head whatsoever. So yeah, welcome. Yeah, NearBeach is going great. So yeah, I don't know how much you know about it, but the idea being is you're able to collect basic sort of organization, sort of details like organization, customers, very basic at the moment. Have your own Kanban boards, gather user requirements, have projects and tasks based off those user requirements, and then when you're ready, you can do a request for change. So yeah, today we're just fixing a few things, and then doing more unit tests. And don't forget to drop. And thank you very much for the follow. Greatly appreciated. I do hope you enjoyed my content. If you do exclamation drop followed by emoji, you can also drop. However, Nightbot is cheating again, getting 93.23. Oh wow, yeah, I think Nightbot is rigged. So yeah, with that game. All right, localhost. I want to do one thing very, very quickly. I just need to manage containers. I'm going to add a new container, call it dark admin. I'm going to make it green. And I'm going to put this up here. All right, cool. So dark admin, localhost. And this is in my planner. So if we go into my planner, open up these. Oh, these are still not like that properly. Okay. So this does not pass down. No, it does. I've just forgotten one thing. I forgot to actually push down the theme. So if we jump into the Django side of things, what we can do is we've got my planner. So yeah, we're not passing the theme down. So vbind theme equals theme. I've just got to double check that I'm actually pushing the theme from the views to, so we need, this is actually user jobs. So my planner. Theme. All right, cool. And then if we refresh, no, still not. Let's have a quick look. Sorry, this is actually meant to be on the left. This is, so my planner theme is empty. We've got dark passing through. All right. Yeah, we've got theme string here. Still dark. All right. I'm gonna hit refresh. Gonna hit the view. Gonna hit my planner. Theme is. Oh, I know. No, this is something silly. Where's my... All right. I forgot to put quotes around this. So I just need single quotes. Like so. All right. Waiting a few seconds, hitting reload. There we go. We won't be able to fix this up because this is an SVG. I'll tell you what, we could get rid of the image. Because, yeah, it doesn't look good on dark mode. That's the problem. So if we go into Planner. Yep, my Planner. Oh, wait, we need new Planner Wizard. And hey, Adrian Learns, how are you going? Hopefully you're going well tonight. Welcome, welcome. We are just doing a little bit of bug fixing at the moment. Just a couple of minor bugs. So this one's just a minor bug, and I found another issue. We've already fixed these. I just don't like this SVG anymore. So I'm just going to remove it. And I forgot where it is. There it is. So this is search. VF searching object mode is null. All right. So if we get rid of that and actually make it not a card, alert info. Nice, a good start to the week. Squashing some bugs. Yep. All right, so alert info, please. Please select the object type. I think is a good word, good enough wording. So waiting a couple of seconds, hitting reload, hitting this, and then please select object type. Is this not, I'll put that in the ID. There we go. And then if someone selects the object type, bang, and another one comes up, like so. All right, so I think that bug is well and truly done. So let's copy that. Let's go over here. Let's go in here. Let's go git add anything under source. We didn't make any changes anywhere else. Git commit bug fix. And git push. Okay. So we've got our 2 very quick bugs out the door to fix. Now we can start spending time on these other bugs. So what we have is date time is not matching in the Gantt chart, and objects that start before the time date in the sprint aren't rendered correctly. So if we have a look at this particular, they're very similar, these 2 bugs. In fact, they might be solved using the same bug fix. So if you have a look here, this is 2003 is May 24, and yet we've got something here at the moment, which is not good. So what we've got to do is remove something like that, making sure it doesn't render. The other one, objects that start before the time frames, we need to do this delta. So yeah. Yeah. And this is where I've got to figure out this and be like, all right, how am I going to do this? So if we reset the canvas, and don't forget, you can put an emoji at the end, and the emoji will drop too. So we've got a problem. There we go. What if the start or end dates fall outside the time frame? And we've got to do this in some sort of elegant way. Yeah. So if, let's say this is the time frame. Just quickly drawing it up. If we have something that falls out here, we don't want to render it at all. We don't want to bother at all. If we have something that falls out over here, the same story. We don't want to bother at all. If we have something that falls like this, we only want to render this section here. And if we have something that falls, I'm just doing this underneath. If we have something that falls like here, once again, we only want something that, we only want to render that. Now, what I was thinking is having a delta. So calling the difference here the delta. And same with this one. That shouldn't be so bad. Yeah. We just got to figure out where we calculate it. In a sense, with this particular one, the delta will be 0. Because it's outside of the range, there is nothing appearing on this. So yeah, I've just got to figure this out. So yeah, this one's the tricky bug we've got tonight. So yeah, hopefully I can get this one done, and hopefully it'll fix both problems in one. And yeah, and then all it is from here on in is just more bug fixes. I think this is the more difficult one for the moment. So I'm going to close all tabs. The reason being, and minimize everything, is I'm just clearing out all the screen. I'm just having exactly what I need on here. So what we're doing is we're opening up our source JavaScript, our components. We have the Gantt chart, and then what we want is the render Gantt row. So in here, with a single row, we've got an end date, we've got the higher order status, we've got a bunch of information that passes down, the start date and end date and so forth like that. We actually have calculations in here. So we have a bar width and we have a spacer width. So to point in fact, what that means is if we go down here, we redraw what we've got above down here again. So we've got a bar which has a certain width here, like so. Okay, this is the spacer width. And then we have another bar over here, which is the rendered out bar. And this is the bar width here. All right. So this is what you see on the site. You don't see the spacer at all. But it's there. So if we were to get out of here, go list sprints, click on this, actually put this sprint into this particular year, 05, what's today's date? It is the 13th. Yep. All right, cool. Let's pump that up. That instantly changes that to that. Let's just copy this, confirm. 2024, 05, and let's go 14, confirm. All right, I need to, this is in March. I'm going to be naughty. I'm going to actually edit this. I'm going to edit this very, very quickly. Which number am I? Number 3. If I go today and then I click on this, what I can actually do is set it to whatever I want today, and then I'm just gonna set it to there, and then I'm just gonna go save. This is a good thing about this. This is all data driven. So if we have a look at this particular page, I'm just realizing that you guys can't actually see any of that. So I am going to dock that to the right. So you guys should see these now. If I actually do this, you can see that there's something in there, and that's just the row spacer. So that just fits in there, making sure that this green box actually sits somewhere else. So yeah. So we've got that and we've got that. Now the one thing is, if we change these dates to be pretty much the exact, you'll notice that it's still a 35. Now that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And what I was thinking was yeah. I've got a couple of thoughts jumping around on the top of my head. Let's write them out. Let's think them out properly. So, if I'm just using B for bar. So the bar end date is less than the Gantt start date. Do not show. Do not render. I think that would be a good solution to tackle if it's well beforehand. And then if we can do it the other way, so the bar start date is greater than the Gantt's end date. And then do not render. So, yeah. I think that's a quick and easy solution for this particular one and this particular one. We know it will work because if we go back here, let's actually test this out. We actually have this here, and if we delete that node, this whole thing works perfectly fine still. Nothing seems to be broken. So I like that idea. That way we can get rid of that issue straight away. So, excuse me. Going into here. Now, I've got to redo this because I forgot where it stands. So that's the Gantt row render. So Gantt row render. And we have a simple VF. This is where we've got to check all the dates and stuff like that. So render bar. All right. We're just going to do that. We're just going to have it as a method. Or computed. I think computed. I think we have to. Yeah. So, conditions. Bar's end date got to be greater or equal to the start date. I'm going to say that. And then bar's greater than the start date of Gantt chart. And then bar's start date has to be less than end date of Gantt chart. All right, so const condition 1. Oops, and we have an ad. So yeah, whilst during the ads, what I'm going to do is, so people don't miss out, we're just doing this, and I'm going to do some weights. All right, let's see how I go. About a minute of ads. So yeah, hopefully everyone's going well tonight. I should do this more faster. Hopefully my muscles are building up. Okay. fix this. There's one more wait in a second. Okay. I'm actually tiring out now. All right, sorry. My arms are a bit tired. Okay. And welcome back, everyone. So yeah, let's jump back straight into it. So condition 1 equals this dot local end date is greater than this dot get ooh. Start date get. Which, if I were to check out the view, Gantt chart, Gantt start date. Ooh, that's not in its number form. Okay. But that's not too much of a problem because we already handle something similar. Yeah. So what we've got to do is we've got to go new date, key that in, dot to get date. And that will give us the number of seconds and so forth like that. So condition 2 equals this dot local start date is less than new date, and then we just need the get end date, which get start date get. It's part of the map getters. So VueJS, Gantt chart, get end date Gantt. All right, cool. Yep. Don't need to set up anything. We just need to keep it down here. So end date Gantt is get end date Gantt. Easy done. So this will be this dot end date Gantt get date. I'm just double checking. Sorry, I'm just having a look for my computed stuff. End date, start date. Computed. It's not showing the map getters. Oh well. Anyway. So this has to be a condition 1 and condition 2. So it has to match both those conditions for it to actually render out. All right. Hit reload. And we have a console log. So type option render bar is not a function. All right. Waiting a few seconds, hitting reload. So that's not working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and I'm just going to go console log condition 1, condition 1. I'm just going to double check everything. And then we're just going to hit reload. We've got condition 1 equals true, and we got that twice. So let's go condition 2. And false. So this dot local start date is less than end date dot get. Let's just copy that. Wait a few seconds, hit reload, and we've got 29. Hang on a minute. So if I go new date dot get time, it's get time, not date. All right. Waiting a few seconds, hitting reload. Done. All right, cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place this before. So I'm going to have it start on the first, and we're just going to go, okay, cool. Now we understand this is going to cause an issue, but we're perfectly fine with this. We will neaten up this issue. And then what we want to do is we want to set this before the 12th. So I'm just going to put the 11th. Boom. Disappears. But if I put it on the 12th, boom. It appears, but we haven't done the delta for this yet. So, yeah, we'll need to do that now. So that will be a good solution for it outside either end. Now we just got to do the delta. So the bar width. So the bar width is, we're going to need to change these variable names. Not in the sense that we're changing them globally within this particular application, but we're going to have some local names within this particular thing. And the reason being is if we go over here and we type in our next problem, all right. So what is our problem? How do we get the delta? All right. So if we've got our timeline, like so, what I'm proposing, let's say this is our Gantt chart type of thing, and what we want to do is we want to take this section of it. All right, I'm going to put in bar start, bar end, Gantt start, Gantt end. And what I'm proposing is having the plain variables start date and end date. In fact, let's go by convention, start date, end date, like so. So what the system will do is it has to determine whether to use the bar start or Gantt start, and what will happen is we'll take which one's the bigger one. So in this sort of case, what will actually happen is we'll use the Gantt start. So start date will be the bigger one. Do a little smiley face there. As for the end date, it's going to be the smaller one. And this is pretty easy to do. So what we want to do is we want const start date equals this dot local start date. Const end date equals this dot local end date. All right, cool. Set up the date variables. All right, cool. And then in the case where the bar falls outside of the time frame, we need to adjust the start date slash end date. All right, cool. So if start date is less than this dot Gantt. Oh, this is where we need to go new date this dot start date Gantt. Then start date equals new date this dot start date. All right, we're actually going to do this in a new line. The start date of the bar falls outside the time frame. Adjust to the start of the Gantt chart. Easy. Then we just got to go start date equals new date this dot start date Gantt dot get time. And I've realized that should be a let, not a const. Okay, cool. Now, if end date is greater than new date dot this dot end date Gantt dot get time, just wondering how many times we're actually going to call that. No. The end date of the bar falls outside the time frame. Adjust to the end of the Gantt chart. So end date equals new date this dot end date Gantt dot get time. Easy. Then what we do this is using local start date, local end date. Shoot. Okay, I'm just going to comment this out for the moment. This is the bar width. And this is local start date. All right. Oh wait, no, I'm overthinking this. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, these two variables are fine. We've got end date and then the start date. Because they're both the local end date and start date. They won't change unless this happens in here. So that will be perfectly fine. And then a similar thing is going to happen here. So we're just going to copy this. We're just going to go and paste it in like so. So that way we've got the local start date. And then the start date Gantt. Actually, this is different. Yeah, all right. This second one will have a different formula. It's not like this up here. And we'll figure it out very, very quickly. So, going over here, let's hit refresh. So, we have this hitting just the 12. The bar width is fine. But we can't actually change the date. Nor move it. But we can with the bottom one. That kind of makes sense with what we were doing the other day. Yeah. So the instant we change this to, let's say, the 12th and go confirm, this will magically work. But the instant we change this back to the 11th, this is... All right, it worked with the 11th. Let's go to the 10th. I'm just going to refresh to the first. Let's go 17. Let's hit refresh. All right, we've got a few bugs in there. That's fine. Yeah, I just need to think about a few things. All right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to think how this properly works, but good news is if I do 10th to the 17th, that is working perfectly fine. It's just that when we drag this, it only starts dragging it when we're out of that influence. And it looks like I can't scale it if it's dead on that. All right. Yes. All right. Still the 13th, still the 16th. By technicality, that should actually be there. Oh, no, 17th. All right. Because, yeah, 13th, 13th. All right. As for the spacer width, that's just going to be a simple one. So, in this sort of case, if BS is less than GS, return 0. Everyone's going to be happy. We don't need to do any calculations whatsoever. So what we want to do is so local start date, that one. All right, cool. So if bar start is less than get start, return 0. So if this dot local start date is less than or equal to this dot start date get. Is this already in? Hang on a minute. I need to find out if this is in a number value or not. So it's already in its number value. So that makes this a lot easier up here. And so much easier up here. We don't need to overly complicate everything. Yeah, we just need to keep it as simple as possible. All right, getting all of that done. Okay. So if it's less than that, it would just return 0. That's perfectly fine. Otherwise, we do the calculation. Yeah, cool. So if we hit refresh, and let's say this is on the 10th, and it goes to the 17th, yep, that's perfectly fine. And if we do a refresh, let's actually do on the 1st, do a refresh. Perfectly fine, and then we can't knock the end date down whatsoever. But yeah, that's fine. All right. I think that's it for those two bugs. Yeah. So let's go back to here. So we've done the delta. We figured out the delta pretty easily. That's not going to be a problem. It should work the other way too. So for example, let's add in a new project. Let's add it in. Let's actually state that this project, how long does this go to? 29th. So let's say, I realize I've just copied the wrong thing. Let's copy, paste. Let's say this starts on the 20th. Let's say this finishes on the 31st. As you see, it works perfectly fine. It no longer goes over and stuff like that. All right, sweet. So we've definitely done this one. This is ready for retesting. As for the other one, in this particular case, let's bring in another one, add object to wizard. That was a bad example. Oh yeah, let's just do this. It won't just work. It won't show. So I am going to go ready for retesting. However, that being said, I want to fix this drag issue. As you see, it just pops. The instant it all comes out of it, it'll just pop. Also, this end date movement stuff is not as fluid anymore. Huh. I can't do it earlier than the original end. Oh. Alright, I've mucked something up. Let's fix that at the same time. No to nuclear wall. Wonder if you could use GSAP for that. What is GSAP? Oh, okay. Yep. No, I've heard of it. For those wondering. Green stock. Yeah. At the moment, I'm not really animating. What's actually happening is every single time this changes or something, it's actually just re-rendering that sort of thing. As for animating it, that could be a potential in the future, but at the moment, I'm just trying to get this function out and about. But yeah. That, and also, I haven't played around with any animations in JavaScript at all. So, yeah. Yeah. That, and I get it just to snap on the days. So, yeah. The reason why it's not moving properly is I've done something in the code. That's not 100% working. Okay. Oh, well, let's just jump over here. Let's play with the data manipulation level, which is at the Gantt chart level. So what we want is on mouse move, it does the prevent default. We've got escape conditions in which we want to escape out of. And then do nothing if the start date is past the sprint start date. So that should be that. And then that should be do nothing if the end date is past that. And then we've got more escape conditions in here. So update end. If do nothing if the end date is less than the start date. I need to know which condition I'm escaping on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to console log this. Console log start date is past the sprint's start date. So console log end date is past the sprint's end date. We'll figure this out pretty quickly. If we're hitting any of these. And oh, we've just hit an ad break. So, welcome again. Welcome. I hope everyone's going well tonight as I fling my lens cap all over the place. I can't do any magic tricks, you know. It's in the other hand. Yeah. All right, cool. So we fixed the initial issues where if it's appearing on either side, don't show it, or if it's partially in or out and stuff like that. Ooh, one thing I didn't actually test, and I should test right this second, is what if I've got a start date before and an end date actually wrapped all the way around, and it is showing the whole thing. Cool. And then we shouldn't be able to move that particular one. All right, sweet. Cool. Because when dealing with dates, you've always got to remember like where the bar sort of lands inside the date. So if it's partially outside covering the start, if it's inside itself, or partially covering the end, or over the whole entire time frame. So yeah, got to account for all of those. Anyway, ads are almost up. Come on, 3 more seconds, 2 and 1, and welcome back everyone. So yeah, all right, let's jump back into it. So I'm just double checking all the escape conditions. So we've got this one, we've got the update end. So we'll have this escape condition here. Do nothing if end date is less than the start date. Easy done. Update middle. That one should be fine. Console log, do nothing if start date is greater than the end date. All right, let's hit reload. Let's play around with this. So we just want to grab this, and end date is past the sprint start date. Okay. Console log column md this.md column. Something's not right. All right, so we should be hitting the start. End date is past the start dates, but why are we hitting... End date is past the sprint start... Oh, wait. Yep. But you can't see it because it's behind the chat. I've actually got the console log open at the moment, and when I move stuff, it's actually printing stuff out. So we are hitting this start. So this particular switch case should be going, all right, this is start. We should be hitting this here, but it looks like I'm going in here for some strange reason. So I'm just double checking that. And I'm going to go and go console log the end. And we're just going to put that in there temporarily. We're waiting a few seconds. We're just going to hit reload. All right. No, that worked. Actually, I should undo that. Update end, update middle. And then we're going to go console log updates start. All right, and just wait a couple of seconds whilst it compiles, and then I'm going to hit refresh. And I'm just going to move this over so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm moving the start. Huh. Oh. The end date is past the sprint start date. But we shouldn't be changing the end date. All right, cool. Give me 2 seconds. Console log. Let's just delete all these console logs. All right, so we're hitting this. So if the end date initial, which because we're doing a delta, but we're not actually okay, cool. No, I just figured it out. This is a silly bug. Okay, so let's go to our time frame. All right, and then we've got our bar. All right, what we usually do is there's 3 ways of moving it. All right, so 1 is the start, 2 is the middle, and 3 is the end. So what we've got is with the 1, we don't want the 1 to go any further than the time frame Gantt chart's start date. We also don't want it going any further than the end date, and so forth like that. With number 2, essentially it's bound, both ends are bounded in between, the Gantt sort of thing. And 3 is very similar to 1, where you can't go past that and you can't go past that. And what we've done here is we're checking the end date at the same time when we're just doing 1. So what's happening is I'm doing just 1. So just 1 is meant to do this check here, these 2 little tiny checks. However, it's also checking this check up here. So when we move this and we apply a delta, it's applying that delta to number 3 too, and that's why it's not working. So this should no longer be here, and we should be actually implementing it within these particular functions themselves, because this particular end date 1 should only belong in the end date. And yeah, so I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to place it back into the middle though, because it does actually belong in here. So yeah, in here it works, and it works really well. However, we only need this start 1 in the start 1. So we need to scroll down, it'd be like update start, and then we just paste it in here, and we're like, all right, cool. So if the start date is less than the Gantt start date, do nothing. we could do this, re-implement this. So it's just in one line. Yeah. So we've done the start date. Now we've got to do the end date, which will go up here. Like so. Cool. All right. So if I do a refresh, there we go. And this movement won't work. Because, yeah, the reason why it doesn't work like that is because we don't want it going outside the bounds and stuff like that. I've got to figure out if it's already outside the bounds. Can we actually move it and all that kind of stuff? I feel like that's going to be a bit complicated for today. But we've fixed this one issue. These are now moving around and resizing very well. And yeah, the idea is when I hit the edges, it just doesn't move anymore. And I should make it so that this is actually plus 1 day. So with the end date, we need a plus in here. And we need to plus 1,000, we need to plus 24 hours times 60 minutes times 60 seconds times 1,000 milliseconds. Just give me 2 seconds. Maybe not. Do nothing if the end date is, do nothing if the end date is less than the start date. Yep. I might have put that on the wrong side. I have a feeling I put that on the wrong side. So 24 hours times 60 minutes times 60 seconds times 1,000. All right. Waiting a few seconds, going to hit reload, going to pray. Moves that way. Oh, this is going through the middle. Yeah, so I've got to update the middle. So that's this one. So 24 hours times 60 minutes times 60 seconds times 1,000. There we go. Sorry, just have to remember that each of those have their own little formula. There we go, and it won't move any further. And then that, there we go. Perfect. All right, so yeah, we just needed to add on that extra little time at the end for both the when we drag and drop the end and when we move it. Okay, and we need to get rid of this issue. Yeah, because that's perfectly fine if it meets the end. But by technicality, that is on the next day. right, and this is where we need to start doing some more math. All right, cool. So if we've got something that starts on the 14th and ends on the 14th, we've got it taking a full day. If it finishes on the 15th, we need it to stretch to there. All right, I feel like these particular extra days are going to disappear now. Because I think there was another issue that I just didn't see until just then. And yeah, that should actually be 2 bars long. That's 2 separate days. And I'm just wondering if the time has anything to do with it. Yeah, it does. Okay. So if it's just 24 hours... And this might be one of those things where we just absolutely gut the time from it completely. But that's going to be... Alright. This is going to be a specific bug. 24-hour task appears as 1 day. All right. When spread over 2. Once again, later on, what we could potentially do is look at doing smaller time stamps. So instead of doing it at 1 day and so forth like that, we could potentially look at doing it per hour and then actually spreading it thick and thin and all that kind of fun stuff. I will have to figure out how to do that properly. Once again, this is more of a minimal viable product at this particular point. I'm going to get feedback, I'm going to play around with it, and then if I decide, hey, this is going to be a lot better if we do this at the hour sort of marks, and then have a minimum width of that particular thing, of the bars, then yeah, we'll do it like that. So, method 1, log into NearBeach to navigate the menu. We want find objects, and then what we want is list sprints. 2, go to any draft sprint. 4, for one task / project, place the start date and end dates 24 hours apart on 2 separate days. Expected results, the graph to render out a bar over 2 days. All right, cool. Actual results, the graph renders 1 block, and we'll just grab a screenshot of that. So if I click on this and I change this back down to let's say 9 and go confirm, there it go. Sweet. All right. Oh, the bugs. I hate that bug. I'm just doing it like this now. This is so much easier. Boom. Okay, cool. Head 1. All right. note in the image, this should also cover the next day. What we could potentially do, potential fix. So at the moment, we are dealing with a delta at the day level. These errors will occur at the day level. A fix would be to move the deltas down to an hour level. So the Gantt chart will render out in individual hours instead. It means there's going to be a lot more calculation for us and so forth like that. Instead of using 35, we probably use a pixel width of 36, and that way every hour will be 3 pixels wide. That is plausible. It will mean that we've got to change all our math in this. However, that being said, I'm great at math, so, you know, yay. All right, cool. At the moment, we're dealing with a delta at the day level. These errors will occur at the day level. That's the problem, is it goes to the smallest unit, those particular errors, and they're at the day level. Hour would be perfectly fine because it doesn't matter if it's out by 3 pixels. 3 pixels won't be as noticeable, I should state. So the Gantt chart will render out in individual hours instead. So an error will only be 3 pixels out. We'll just need to update all our math. I'm going to put this as a major, because this will be a major sort of change. This is definitely a bug. This is definitely going to be assigned to me, and this is definitely something we want to fix in the Gantt charts. Oh, this is part of the sprints. As for fixing it in this particular version tonight, I don't think that's a smart idea. What I want to do is I want to have a proper think about this and then hopefully get to it tomorrow. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to hit create. So yeah, we've got a potential fix. I did have a feeling we would be moving everything down to hours. I don't think minutes would work. The reason being is we could potentially have another Gantt chart that renders everything out in minutes. At the moment, I don't think we could. Yeah, at the moment, it's a future sort of thing. So later on, what I want to actually implement is I want to implement the scale of this, so people can go from dealing with this in days down into hours and then minutes and so forth like that. So yeah. All right. Now that. Yeah, we can't bring that one across, but what we can do. There you go. And task 2, QA. Oh yeah, that's happening well before. All right. There you go. Yeah. I think rendering this at the sort of hour level, we won't also have that jump too. It'll be a lot smoother. Yeah. Cool. So, going back into this, we're all happy with this. We just now need to sort of render, do a release. It's 8 o'clock at the moment. I want to do unit tests and I want to add in permissions for things we've just done. Yeah, all right, cool. I'm going to do a release tonight. Easy done. So what we want to do is, all right. Yeah, that's happening quite a lot. All right. Git add source, git status. Everything else is going to be the static files at the moment. Because we didn't add anything else. And then git commit bug fixes. And we're going to put in 2 bug fixes. So this is going to be the first one. And then we do the pipe delimiter to state, yo. This is going to be the second one. We do a git push. All right, cool. Then what we want to do is git add everything else, git commit release 0.31.20. We're going to push that up. Now, I'm quite happy and very confident that I haven't broken anywhere else in the system, but what we could do, npm run e2e, do that very, very quickly. We have been doing a bit of testing, so yeah. Oh. Oh, wait. Sometimes this happens. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, that issue we were seeing before, sometimes that actually happens. It just doesn't know, it doesn't log in correctly every now and then. Cool. Everything passed. Pretty sure this will pass. npm run unit test. So we'll need to do more unit tests and so forth like that. Yeah, we're just missing quite a bit. All right, this passed everything. Cool. So git status. Everything's fine. What we now need to do is we need to go into github.com NearBeach/NearBeach. Okay, now we're here. We're going to do a pull request very, very quickly. We're going to pull, we are going to go bug fixes. And this is where we sort by ID, going from the lesser one first. We just copy that and we just go paste. Create pull request. I'm not waiting for CircleCR or anything like that tonight, just because I know it'll work. And we have an ad break on again. So I'm just going to go add time Don't worry, you're not missing much. All I'm doing is I'm literally just copying and pasting stuff. This has been merged. We're all happy. We're just going to do the release very, very quickly. It just involves me doing the 0.31.20, 0.31.20, and publish. All right, sweet. So yeah, release nowadays just takes that long. It's 5 minutes. We've got plenty of time. So yeah, that's getting pushed out. All I now need to do is set these as fixed. And then I get rid of this one. And then I get rid of this one. All right, sweet. Yeah, I was just doing the system sort of stuff. Yeah, no one needed to be around for that. All right, cool. So, getting back into it. We've just done a release. Sweet. Great news. Now, what we've got to do is some unit testing and so forth like that. So, I'm happy with all of this at the moment. We need to go back into the Gantt charts, and I just realized there's a Gantt chart feature here. Yeah, this is kind of what we want to end up sort of setting up. Yeah. I'll have to play around with stuff later. So, my current issue... hang on a minute. Counter bugs. We currently have 25 bugs, so this is down 25. We've just done a release today, the 20 on the 13th of May. All right, cool. Done. And that will just update our blogs and so forth like that, so people can actually be like, all right, cool. So if you're actually in NearBeach, usually at the top of most of our blogs, we've actually got that as a sort of update for everyone, counter bugs, where we're at, and so forth like that. We want to get the code coverage up to about 75. By the end of the year, I'm hoping we'll tootle off around about 85 if I probably spend a month focusing on it. As for the front-end code coverage, yeah, I just need to play around with that a little bit more, and I'm hoping to get that back up to, I think, at least 40 or 50%. So, yeah. Yeah, we just don't do, what is it called? I'm absolutely drawing a blank. Test-driven development. So, yeah. I love unit tests. They've found so many issues and so forth like that. And it's something I do need to do more of. It's just, I'm getting out the features and stuff like that as fast as possible. So, problem. Okay, unit tests. Right, unit tests. For the new functionalities. All right, that's all we need to do. With the VueJS, include new view files. Into unit tests. All right, we've got a lot of unit tests. It's to write and stuff like that. Yeah, it's sad face. If we go over here and go Python 3 manage to actually no. Circle CI. If we go into Circle CI, we can actually see the I keep forgetting what it's called now. Test backend. We can see the artifacts. And in here we have the percentage. Oh, we got 72% code coverage. Nice. But we want that more. We are missing a couple of files. So if we click on coverage, we've got the user job views, which we're not covering hardly anything at all. We've got a couple of decorators and all that kind of stuff. I think we're gonna skip the decorators if memory serves me correctly. Yeah, I don't know how I would write unit tests for that. Actually, no, we could potentially write unit tests for those. Oh, I will have to figure that out. And it probably would be a case of mocking instead. So Python, Django, mocking unit tests. So yeah, it'll probably be something which I need to mock in. However, that being said, we've got the fixtures and so forth like that. Easy, we can easily do this with the fixtures. Yeah. All right. Not a problem. That was taking too long to load. Let's start from the bottom. We've got the user job views. So we're definitely hitting these. That's perfectly fine, but we're definitely not hitting any of this. We need to start hitting some of that. So get my planned objects. So straight off the bat, I can see we need permissions here. So I'm going to close all tabs. I'm going to minimize everything. I'm going to open up NearBeach. I'm going to open up NearBeach, and I'm going to open up the views, and I'm going to open up user job views because we need to fix this up. What we need to do is we need to make sure that we've got these decorators in place. So we've got login required, which is part of the contrib auth decorator. So if I go up to the top, open up this from django.core.auth contrib auth, sorry. Decorators, and then login required. And essentially it's the same line that we're using. Like so. So we need this on every single method in here. Okay. Easy done. The next sort of thing is we need required HTTP methods, which is part of the Django views decorators. Require HTTP method. And then once again, we're just going to copy this. Get my planning objects. Actually, we don't need this. Is this an internal function? This is an internal function. All right, so we can get rid of that. Down here, my planner, that's fine. My planner add object. Ooh, we don't have the login required. Yeah, I'm just gonna minimize this and I'm gonna go login URL equals login. And then redirect field name equals nothing. All right, cool. And then I'm just grabbing that. Gonna paste that in, make sure it's post. This is definitely post. This is definitely post. We don't want gets. Update object list, this is definitely post. All right, sweet. So that's the basic sort of stuff around this. Yeah, this is just the basic sort of data. What we want to do now is close this. We're now happy that we've updated this, and we're going to update the tests around it. So we want to go to not this one. What we want to do, minimize everything, open up NearBeach, open up NearBeach. What we want is tests. And then we've got user permissions in here, and we've got test admin, user, read only, team leader, redirect of non-logged in users, which we should key those particular things into. Yeah, check documentation, test docs. Check objects. All right, yeah. What this does is it just makes sure that you get redirected to login. And we just got to key somewhere in here that particular thing. And I think it should be so make sure the user gets redirected to the login page. Yep. So there'll be one.c.get reverse, and it'll be my planner. There you go. Test documentation. The get component should receive a 405. Ooh, now that I think about it. No, all of those are post. We don't have many gets with the planner. So my planner, that's fine. Yeah, redirect. My planner add object. So what we want to do is go to this implementation, squeeze it over here. We want to have a look at this. We won't have all right, so these posts should be redirected. All right, cool. C.post, reverse. And then what we want is my planner add object. Okay. I'm about 50% sure that that will work. So I'm just going to run it. If it does work, then we actually key in more in there. And then what we want to do is we want to test to make sure that the admin, it will work for the admin and it will work for the read-only user. So we won't need to test the other users, because if it works for the read-only user who has the least permissions, then it will work for everyone else. All right, so c.post. So I'm just going to put these over here, and I'm just going to scroll down to the next one, and then I'm just going to go reverse, and I'm just going to go my planner delete user job. My planner get object list. My planner update object list. Oh, and that's it. All right, cool. Now, by technicality, that's actually test documentation. That's check Kanban, check private documentation, check new, check objects. That really, those particular ones should be under objects. So yeah. And we don't need any arguments or anything like that. Oh, that's a get. Sorry, my bad. Rerun the tests. So we've got one error. And it's going to tell us the error, hopefully. Reverse full my planner object list with no arguments found. One pattern is... Oh, okay, yep. My planner objects list args equals, and then let's go project, and then let's do one for task. All right, sweet. Done. Yep, perfect. We've passed that error. Sweet. Oop. All right, so I'm going to close that. And what we want to do is we want to open up this. We want to open up the admin. We want to do the exact same thing with the admin. So test basic permissions as admin user. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this, paste this, and instead of diagnostic information, it's going to be my planner. We're expecting 200 yet. And then we got to do the other ones with posts and stuff like that. So what I want to do is I want to go in here, scroll down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go into test admin. I'm going to paste these in. And we're going to do something like this. All right, so we're missing quite a lot of detail. So for starters, we won't need this. The next thing we need is the args array, then the form, then a 200, and then what we're doing. So add object. So that will actually be a post. Planner add object. And hey, Tired Kebab, how are you going? Hopefully you're going well. Welcome back. We are doing unit tests today. So yeah. I looked up what percentage, where's my browser? I looked up the percentage of how much code coverage we got. We got 72%. I'm like, yeah, I thought we had a lot less, but yeah, 72. So we're going to put more in. So yeah, you're going well. That is great to hear. So yeah, we've been playing around with, oops, sorry about the brightness, the Gantt chart functionality. I don't have it running at the moment, sorry. And we're going to probably make a massive sort of modification. So instead of having the days, it's the delta, we're going to have hours, and we're going to have 3 pixels going to represent 1 hour. So yeah, and I could, in a theory, do 1 pixel equals 20 minutes, but I feel like that's just crazy. So yeah. And this just stopped. All right, cool. That's back. Oh, sorry. I wanted this. So my planner, add object. So what I want to do is I want to open up, because now we're finished with this, we can close that. I want to open up the views. I want to go user job views. I want to move this over here for reference purposes. So we've got the my planner object, and then I'm just looking at the form itself. So we'll need the job date, destination, and whether it's one of those. So that's pretty easy. What else do we need? We don't need any arguments. So what we need is an easy way to do this is we do have it running. Actually, I lied. We do have it running. I might jump into the dark admin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my planner. I'm going to delete all of that. I'm going to add object. I'm going to go, let's add in a... we haven't added anything to myself yet. All right, so we're going to add in a task. And what we could potentially do is with this response, we can just go and be like, all right, cool. That's how it's meant to lay out. So we've got job date. So job underscore date and 2024. Oh, 2024 05, and then I'm just going to do 14. And then destination is going to be task. So destination task, and then task is going to be a 1. So we've got the form object there. We're expecting a 200 in post. Sweet. Okay. Now I'm just going to quickly, for these particular lines, I'm just going to comment this out. I'm going to test these 2 lines right now to make sure everything's working. Might as well get it tested now, because if there's a mistake, I can fix it now rather than later when I have a lot more tests in there. Well, when I say a lot more, there's a couple more. There we go. Perfect. It runs perfectly fine. It means that now I can be happy that I know how I'm going to write these. So, delete user job. So delete user job, that's going to use this particular one. So we're going to go into that implementation, and it's just the job ID. Now, ooh, we don't have job IDs in our fixtures until now. Meaning I'm going to have to push this into the fixtures. How much have I changed in this? So the problem I have right now is I don't have data in the fixture. Now, one easy way to do it is I just remove the whole database and add stuff in. I think I'm going to have to do that because I forgot what changes I made into this, and I need to know what changes are in there. So I'm just going to stop everything at the moment. What I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the database. I'm going to go Python 3 manage migrate. It'll migrate pretty fast. Python 3 manage load data, and then we're going to go NearBeach fixtures, and we're just importing the basic one, and then we're hitting play again. So we're doing this as an admin. So I've got to log in as an admin, and I do apologize. Bright mode is going to come on. Okay, cool. So one thing I need to do, let's add myself to one of these projects. Like so. And let's add myself to the planner. And let's add in a project with myself in there. Okay, cool. So that should now be user job ID 1. So now that that is done, we're going to stop this. We're going to go over here. We're going to go Python 3 manage dump data with a format JSON and indent of 2 into NearBeach fixtures basic setup. All right, cool. So this is now done. We've also got to do that for the read-only user. So I'm going to quickly do that for the read-only user whilst I still remember. So the read-only user, they won't have access to that. They'll have access to task 2. And if we key in read-only user, the user can go over here, add object, task. There we go. And then we'll put that on for today's date. We'll just close that. We'll go over here. We don't need to do much. We just run the last command. Done. Okay, minimize that. So with it, my planner, delete user job, we're not passing through anything, but we've got an object where we've got the user job ID, and that's going to be a 1. That's it. Then we want a 200, and we want this as a post. Okay, we want those 2 lines. So the arguments will definitely be that. We've got nothing else. We've got a 200 and we've got a post. This will be the same 200 and post. Sorry. I hit the O twice. My planner update object list. So if we were to do something like this, what we'll actually do is we'll jump into here, we'll jump into my planner, and we'll go into the network and we'll move this, and that will send that. And what we want to do is we've got that function, those particular things to do. So what we want is, we want nothing in here. We do want data. We want a 200 and we want a post. And with this, what we'll have is the user job ID is going to be a 1. The job date is, let's make it 2024-05. Let's do 15. And then the new destination is 1. And that should do it. All right, let's have a test. So Python 3 manage test. All right, sweet. So now the next thing we've got to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is we just copy those and we paste them into the read only. And it's ad breaks. So yeah. Welcome to the ad breaks. I won't be long. What I'm doing is I'm just finding the equivalent of this functionality. This will be class project permissions test. No. This will be part of administration permission tests. It should be customer permission tests. No. Kanban permission test. No. Organization. No. Project. No. RC permissions tests. No. Looks like I haven't actually written this thing in. So if I haven't written it in there, I'm going to have to actually write it under the team leader, because I think the team leader has something similar. This is the team leader permission tests. This test basic load as admins. Yep, I'm just going to paste those in underneath. And then all we need to do undo. Like so. Oh, and the ads are done. So welcome back, everyone. Sorry, got distracted. Gonna post that back up there. I'm gonna add in a space. Cool. So I'm just gonna leave it like that for the moment. In reality, we're going to add in some extra permissions and so forth like that. So if the person does try and, because it is plausible at the moment to hijack a message and then change someone else's stuff, I'm going to implement a thing where it will only deal with that person's job ID and so forth like that. And we should do that now. So if we close this, we close this, and we close this, I will probably sneeze. I have a sneeze coming. Sorry about that. Okay, so what we want to do is... And hello there, Sab. How are you going? I'm hoping you're going well. Welcome back. So, yeah. We're just doing unit tests today. So, yeah. I had a look at my coverage and... Oh, not that coverage. And I was like, 72%. I'm shocked. I actually thought it was a lot lower. So yeah, we're going to hopefully bump that up. We're going to be focusing on the user job views and then hopefully the Gantt chart views. And then, yeah, we've just got to start doing stuff. Now, I don't know how I'm going to check these decorators. So I've got to do a little bit of research, but if I can check the decorators and stuff like that, making sure they do pass and all that kind of fun stuff, yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, how are you going? Hopefully you're going well. I think most of this is decorators. Oh, the documentation. I've got to do that too. User setting views. Yeah, I've got to... There's a lot I've got to do. The themes view. Oh, this is pretty easy to do. This is just update theme, internal function. Oh, it's an internal function. It's fine. Yeah, I can get it done. It's an internal function. All right. So all of that is working. So with my planner, that is fine. It's only grabbing your data. It's this data down here, add objects. So this will only add an object to you. That is fine. It's the delete user object, which I'm a bit concerned about. Just waking up, about to make some coffee. Ah, nice. Yeah, I've been up ages. I ran out of coffee cans today, so I used the stove top espresso maker. That's nice. I'm not complaining. All right, so permission-wise, check permissions. User job ID should match the the user name should match current logged in user. So this should be if user job update dot user. Hang on a minute. Where's my models? Dot username. Oh yeah. Don't forget to drop, and you can place an emoji at the end to have the emoji drop. I'm doing shell shocked. Okay, if not equals request dot username. What the hell? Thank you. Oh, I've got cap locks on. Return HT bad. Ooh, bad request. Can't modify other users. Okay, now I think our test might fail. Yeah, it failed. Which is what we're expecting. So that's perfectly fine. A 400 does not equal 200. We know exactly where that failed, and we're glad that that has failed. So what I need to do is I need to go into here. I need to log in as team leader. I need to add in an object. I need to add, I am not assigned any object. So let's actually assign myself a simple task. Like so, go into the planner, go into here, add object. Let's go task. Did I not do that correctly? I did not do that correctly. Team leader. Sorry, that is my bad. We want task, this particular one. Go save changes. So we're happy with that. So if we move it, we get the job ID of 3. Sweet. So over here, what we want to do is we want to dump the data. Cool. Over here now, we want to go into our tests. So we want to go into team leader. So this will work perfectly fine. It's this one, delete the job. We are only deleting 3. And we copy and paste this. Let's actually have a 1 and let's do a 400. Object list, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. This one, we're going to copy and paste. So we'll have a 3 here. Those will be new destination, that'll be a 3. And we'll have a 400 for that one. So what we should do now is go down here. So this, we'll check the permissions. My planner, get object list, we're fine with. That's a read only. That's only getting your stuff. My planner, update object list. So we're getting the this. Now what we need to do is check permissions here. Check to make sure the user job username is the request username. So if not user job update dot username equals the request dot user, then return HTTP response bad request. Essentially, we got to do the same sort of thing up here. What do we say? We had can't modify other users. All right. So there you go. Let's hope that works. All right. Oh, cool. Done. Sweet. So we've got tests to make sure that we are getting data. We've got tests to make sure we can't modify anyone else's data. We're actually quite happy with this. So yeah. All right. Cool. So that should be done for that particular one. I'm trying to remember how to do the coverage sort of test. So let me go into Circle CI config. It is all right. I think it's this, and we'll just go copy. Actually, it's this. Sorry, this is a bit of a weird way of getting this to run. I didn't want to push it to Circle CI and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure I could run Circle CI locally here. I can run Circle CI locally here, but it's going to run both of them. So it's just easier doing it like this. So we've bumped it up to 73%. Sweet. If we have a look for the views, user job views, we're now at 85%, which is awesome news. Let's hit that. Let's open up this. So we have, yeah, we've got to do quite a lot of this. We said it was up near the 80s, didn't we? So user job views. All right, no, that's fine. We're just missing that. Lowest delta is a 1. Yeah, that's just a cover case. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. We need to, ooh, haven't we done my planner? I thought we were calling it. I guess not. Which is weird. And we should be adding in an object, which we can do very, very quickly. And I thought I was doing that, but I guess not. All right. And we're not worried about these particular cases and stuff like that. Yeah. And we've got the update object list. Oh, we should do that too. However, that being said, that's perfectly fine at this moment. I feel like the only test we really need to do is this one up here to do that. And then this one down here is, yeah, we should actually implement that. But we'll need to set up our user to have multiple dates. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've got to think about those tests at another day. So for that it might require me setting stuff up properly. Yeah. Okay. This should be opening up my planner. So test team leader. We're not actually doing my planner. So URL test my planner. We've got no things, we've got no things, we've got a 200 and we've got a get. All right, that should, in theory, do everything. All right. That's just doing that coverage report again. I just need to actually, I think I need to actually open that up properly. So open hyperlink. And then what we want to do is got user job views up to 87%. So yeah, we're not too worried about the forms breaking and so forth like that. That's a Django functionality. We don't need to test that at all. So I'm not too worried about that. As for setting up this particular one, we've got user job date, new destination, old destination. Let's have a look at the my planner. We've got the new destination. We don't have old destination in there and stuff like that. Yeah, that's something I'll figure out at another time. Just because I feel like I've got to set that up properly, make sure it'll work. Not for today, but going forward too, because the one problem is with these particular My Planner stuff is it's only the current 7 days. So yeah, if we fall outside that little time frame, all right. So I feel like this one's done. I'm happy with this. We've knocked it up once again, 73%. We knocked it up 1%. I'm like, yeah. Let's have a look at Gantt chart views. So what we've got is no permission on Gantt charts whatsoever. But then again, I've got to think about... Oh wow, does that work? Oh no, it grabs just one of the wings. Oh wow, 91.88. Nice drop, Sab. Alright, let's do drop. I am going to do Grumpy Max. Oops, I accidentally did 2 of them. There we go. Okay. He's just falling straight down. Sweet. So, looking at this, I've noticed that there's no permissions or anything like that with the Gantt charts. Now, that is something I need to actually think about properly, and I need to delve in properly. The one problem with this is if we have... So problem. Gantt charts have no permissions. And the reason being is technically Gantt charts are sub-objects. So one of the little problems is if these are sub-objects, where am I getting the permissions from and so forth like that. So I need to actually think about all these permissions around the Gantt charts. It does give the possibility for someone who doesn't have a permission to an object who can see that object here to modify it and so forth like that. So I need to actually remove that object if they don't have permission, and if if they do have permission on that object and so forth like that. It gets really complicated very, very quickly. So I've got to figure that out, because a person could have permissions to edit tasks but not projects. And if a project is in here, then we need them not to be able to edit that project. Now, one thing I could potentially do is I could flag that out on render. And a smart way of doing this would be to essentially send down user permissions. So that will involve the permission set. That the user is connected to, and also the groups. And then what I would do also is the object permission, which will involve what groups the object is assigned to. From here, what we do is we grab the matching groups and their connected permission set, which in reality is just a giant Venn diagram. So yeah, you get this sort of location here. And then from there, you've got the permission sets. And you just pick the max of that value. So I'll need to figure that out, because the last thing I want to do is implement a workaround for security. So yeah, that actually, I've got to put that as a bug. So this is a major bug. Gantt charts can get around security. So a user who has read-only access to projects can easily modify projects' start and end date on a Gantt chart. This should not be allowed. Well, it's part of the sprints. Okay, cool. Sprints version. We're not versioning it at the moment. We're just putting it in there. Okay, cool. So that's why I haven't done any of the permissions in here. This might be one of those sort of cases where I could try and have because we do have destination coming through. I'm going to have to actually test to make sure the user has access to that particular object and all that kind of fun stuff. So I could potentially use what's already there. The good news is get data. That is perfectly fine. All right. Get object results, that's just fetching data. Get status results, that's just fetching data. So yeah, it's just the update data, and I think we could potentially use... Yeah, we could potentially use a an existing decorator, which would be great because that will save me so much time. Because we'll have the we'll have the destination. We got the location ID. We do the similar thing with the object data. This is technically object data. Yeah. All right. This is me just ranting and stuff like that. All right. Let's open up this. Let's actually want to take a screenshot. I actually want to edit this properly. Potential solution. We simply use the same decorators used for object data. Cool. And if that's the case, what I'll do is I'll put that as the next version and so forth like that and get that tested out thoroughly. In the meantime, what we want to do is we just want to get a basic unit test up and running in here to hit these to make sure that this particular page loads. We will be adding more and more tests into this to make sure that, hey, if someone tries changing something they don't have access to, that should fail. So, yeah. Brain. My brain's not thinking at the moment. Unit tests. Yes. Yeah, all right. Let's set this up. Let's set it up as the admin side of things. What we want to do, URL test. Gonna paste this in. Subject get data. We're sending nothing through, and it's a simple get. I'm just gonna make sure that works. So yeah, we should get that. With the update data, I'm not going to do the update data tonight. I want to get those permissions done because I want to be able to test it with those permissions and set all of that up. I should make a note in that bug. We need to set up. Actually, this is too important for down there. This is edit this up here. We need to set up unit tests for testing this. Need to make sure a read-only user can't edit this data. Cool. Whilst a team leader can. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll set it up so that the team leader will edit the data. Read-only user will try and edit the same data, but won't be able to. And it will fail for them. All right, so one error. Gantt chart, get data, not found. All right. That's fine. Let's have a look at our views. Let's right hand click. Oh, sorry. Let's go. Let's declaration or usage. Gantt chart. Yep. Let's just copy this. So Gantt data sprint and then 3. Oh, and we've just hit an ad break. I'm going to be right back. I just need to go to the bathroom. I won't be long. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just drank a whole bottle of water, so yeah, you know. Alright, let's get back into it. Welcome back, everyone. Let's jump back into it. So I need to edit that test I've just made. So I forgot where I did it. Here it goes. So we just need to go sprint, and let's use sprint number 3. Because yeah, it exists. So we should be able to now be able to do this. So yeah, I'm going to do the other... Oh no, we've still got an error. Get data is not a valid view function. Reverse match for get data not found. Get data is not a valid view function or pattern. And all right, cool. We've got destination, we've got location ID. Oh, and then get data. But the name is get chart get data. All right. Did I copy and paste something wrong? Very likely. There we go. All right. Sweet. All right, 65 tests done. And sorry, I need to do that. I'm going to open up hyperlink. It's going to open up here. Sweet. So now we've got our Gantt chart somewhere. I can't see it. There it goes. So it's now sitting at 61%. We have bumped up to 74%. Sweet news. So yeah, in here we're fine with I should test that for the moment. Okay. So yeah, a lot of this is gonna that whole entire thing's gonna be nearly 100% check. It's just those two lines that will it's just this one line that won't be able to check. So we're getting high 90s with this, which is fine. Once again, we don't want to actually send through invalid form on this particular thing because this is a Django thing. It's already being tested. It's just silly trying to get 100% code coverage because then we're actually just testing Django's functionality. Not worth it, trust me. So just that little thing, yeah, we're at 74%. Yeah, I didn't think we would change that much. And then we've got the Gantt charts there. It's at 65% now. Sweet. So if we go in here, yeah, it's only just this stuff here that needs to be tested. Once again, we'll test that at another day. So themes.view. Now, this is a specific thing. And we've got update theme. Okay, we can get to 100% here. That's not going to be a problem. Potentially. I think the read-only user doesn't have anything put into there. So, yeah, we definitely can. We'll have one for light user, dark user. So admin and dark admin. And then with the update theme itself, yeah, that's gonna, if there's no data, create the data instead of the update. If length user settings update equals 0, create user settings return nothing to do. Okay, cool. That would work with the read-only user. And okay. So I'm just wondering how I would test every single sort of business case with this particular one. So the top one is going to be very, very easy. What we want to do is 3 users, the admin, dark admin, and a read-only. So the admin is going to be light. So what will actually happen is it'll hit all this and be like, all right, cool, the theme's light. We're going to pass that through. The dark admin, the theme's already set and we're happy with it. So what will actually happen is it'll go to this last line and be like dark admin, cool. And we're going to make sure these values are correct. And then the read only should hit this and we should get light. So that is how we can 100% that particular function. With the bottom function, we would use the same 3 users. And yeah, essentially just test it. So up here, we've got admin user. What I want to do is we kind of want to also copy this and paste and have dark admin and add it in. And then is dark admin and the tests are all the same and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure that this works. So the dark admin is set up a little bit differently. It is not a super user per se. It is a user that has the highest permissions in NearBeach, but it doesn't have the Django super user flag. So there's going to be things that won't work on this. And we've just got to go in and be like, all right, cool, yes, that is technically just this particular thing. So straight off the bat, we've got the my planner, object update list, and so forth like that. We're happy to get rid of those. So we're happy for the dark admin to get rid of those. And we're happy with that. So yeah, when we play around with stuff around permissions and so forth like that, there's just so many permutations that we do have to sort of test. Yeah. So we've gotten rid of that. We're happy now with this. So this is class admin permissions test. We've got the setup. We've got the test basic permissions as admin. What we also want to do is we want to have def, what are we testing? So I'm just going to paste this down as reference. So test dark admin theme, get theme. And it's just a self. Now we won't need tuples or anything like that. This is perfectly fine. What we want to do is we want to call this by technicality we should be calling it anyway. It's not direct though. All right. So this is how we're calling it, and we're passing through a request. We should be hitting it when we do this. I don't know why we're not. Yeah, now that I'm seeing that, I should get rid of that. All right, I'm gonna leave this for a little while. I need to think about this one properly. I'm gonna delete this particular test case because it's just gonna clog up the system at the moment when we don't need it. It is something that I do want to put in for the dark admin, and I do want to change a few things. But yeah, just not for the moment. So user settings view. This is internal. This is all the user settings. All right. Once again, we've got some internal stuff in here, which I don't want to sort of deal with at the moment. Update user settings. All right. Yeah, I'm going to skip this one for the moment. I need to think about these. All right, document views. Yeah, we're not testing to hit that at all. We're not testing to hit that. This is add folder. Ooh, all right. I don't think I can upload files and stuff like that for testing. So I need to come back with the document testing and so forth like that. Actually, no, I think I can upload documents because we do a similar thing under diagnostic information. We do an upload test and we actually upload a test file. So if we do something similar in our testing, that could work really well. And then we just have a couple of steps where we re-download that one file and so forth like that. Yeah, all right. Anyway, I think we're done enough with this particular thing. We are getting towards the 50%. We've got 74%. We have the column views and stuff like that. Yeah, we need to test this thoroughly. Even though we've thoroughly tested it in production, stuff like that, having unit tests makes this a lot better. However, I need to sit down and probably plan all these tests out and see how I'm going to test them. So yeah, and object data. Oh, this is going to be a big one. Oh, maybe not. This one I'll need to internal function though. All right, cool. That's something I can do another day. So I'm happy with those particular tests. What we want to do now is we want to do the unit tests for... I'm going to close all these tabs. I'm going to go git status, git add, yes, git commit, improvements to unit tests for the backend. Then we're going to go nearbeach.org and then Umbraco. home, counter bugs. We're actually going to change that to a lovely 74%. All right, now the next thing we want to do is I'm going to minimize everything. I'm going to open up this. I'm going to open up tests. I'm going to go unit. You'll notice that we got a bunch of things here. I'm going to open up this. I'm going to open up JavaScript. I'm going to open up components. You'll also notice that these should be matching this, and you'll notice that it's not quite, because we've been adding stuff in and we haven't been adding in the relevant unit tests to it. So we're going to do that today. But first, let's hit the npm run unit test. So this will run, this actually takes quite a while, this particular test. It's not as fast as the backend sort of test. Yeah, it's gonna just slow down as we progress through it. So if we go Q, I think it does actually create, and there's a lot of components. That's probably why it's taking so long. What we want to do is we want to go into here. We want to go sites, NearBeach. I think we've got coverage. And I think it's indexed. So yeah. Oh, so we got 36%. All right. However, I shouldn't update that right now because we're gonna make a few changes and stuff like that. As you see, some things are quite low. So requirement items, requirement item information, nothing hits this or anything like that. Let's go to JavaScript, all files. So let's see if there's something in here that we can. So we've got Gantt charts, which we haven't added in, or diagnostics. Yeah, so let's go new, not file. Yeah, we don't have anything like that in here. Okay. All right, sweet. So, new directory, Gantt. Diagnostics. Let's start with diagnostics. So if we open up date, we've got the between dates. This is what a basic sort of thing will look like. So what we want to do is we want to copy this. I want to level this up so I can see both diagnostics and this. And then what I want to do is I want to paste it in here and I want to call it diagnostic email test .unit.javascript. And then add it in. So this will be the same, except this will be different. So it'll be components diagnostic / diagnostic email test .view. We'll need the store, and then it'll be called diagnostic email test .view. Render component between, yeah. And I think that's all we need for that. What I'm going to do, npm run watch, npm run unit test, and we're going to see if that works. Now, the good thing about this particular library that we're using to do the unit test is when we add stuff in, it'll actually detect it and tell me if it fails or not. Now, there's some bad times where some things just don't, but that's fine. All right, cool. Diagnostics. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this and we're going to paste it in, and we're going to name it diagnostic info. Right, let me write that again. I'm going to add that in. Going to do that. And like that. We'll also be implementing mocking in here, so whenever there's an Axios call or something like that, we've got known data coming in, and we've got to test it for that. So yeah, that will happen rather shortly. We'll start off with certain components and doing them that way. Yeah. Now we need to paste this in, and then what we want to do is we want to go diagnostic upload test. Go add that in. Sweet. All right, cool. Let's see if this is working. Yep, cool. I'm just going to rerun it just to make sure. We've got the test coverage in here. It is done that. I'm going to change the song because I swear to you, this song, it's just on repeat at times. So let's go synth wave, no copyright. There we go. All right, doing something different. All right, all of that is perfectly fine. Sweet. Yeah, I don't need to. Yeah, we've just got empty tests at the moment, and the idea is it tests to make sure the components render. But we need to go in, and we need to focus on more of the main section to make sure it works as intended. So yeah. All right. Next thing. This is 36. We should now have diagnostics. Yep. We have one which just renders the whole thing. Yeah, there's nothing in here that splits. It's this one where it splits, and this is where we'll set up stuff to be like, all right, cool, this is where this is like this, should show that, and so forth like that, and yeah, and we'll mock up the Axios sort of stuff. So yeah. Yeah, the upload sort of test. We'll mock the Axios upload. We'll actually do one with an error and one without an error, see what happens. Yeah, I like that idea. All right, cool. So I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to minimize that. And I'm going to minimize that. So we've got administration, card information, change tasks, customers, dashboard dates, diagnostics, Gantt chart. I should rename this to match what's upstairs. I should just delete it. There's nothing in it. All right. Where am I? There you go. Sorry, I just absolutely could not find the new. That was embarrassing. All right. So this will be Gantt information. We add it in. Once again, we just go in here. We go Gantt chart, Gantt information, like so, and then down here we just go Gantt information. All right, cool. I'm gonna go copy. Render Gantt days header. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this very, very quickly. Render Gantt monthly header. And then render Gantt row. All right, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I can go up here, I can go find and replace in here and just do this very, very quickly. I'm gonna close all tabs. I'm just gonna open up this and I'm just going to find and replace Gantt information. And what we want to replace it with is render Gantt days header. Just replace all. And then render Gantt monthly header, replace all. And render Gantt row. Right. Everything's looking fine. Sweet. That is great news. So what we want to do is that one's done. Is we actually want to look at the chart too. All right. With the Gantt chart. All right, cool. Yeah, we have stuff which we're changing around and so forth like that. Cool, not a problem. Yep, sweet. All right. Close all tabs. So we've got the Gantt chart. We've got groups, Kanban, modules. Down here, groups, Kanban, modules. Then we got, we don't have my planner. So we're going to go my planner. And inside my planner, we've got 3 little modules. So I'm going to go copy this. And I'm just going to paste it in. And I'm going to call it confirm user job delete. And in here, once again, components, my planner, confirm user job delete. And then down here, confirm user job delete, like so. And then all I need to do is just copy this one a couple of times and just paste it twice. So I'm going to paste, and I am going to call that my planner. Definitely adding that in. And I'm going to paste, and I'm going to call that new planner object wizard. Like so, and then I'm just going to fix these up very, very quickly. So that should be just called my planner. My planner. And then what I want here is new planner object wizard. New planner object wizard. All right, cool. So notifications. Oh, I don't have notifications down here either. All right, this is why we're doing this. So I'm just gonna open up notifications. So we got 2. So I want to go and paste one in and go new notifications. Gonna add that in. I'm just gonna go notifications and then new notifications. And then down here, I've got new notification, like so. La la la. And we're on an ad. Give me 2 seconds. Notif. I'm just going to cancel that. I'm just going to do some weights on the ads. So yeah, let's go into ad time. Let's get some weights done. All right. Cool. So the ads should 40 minutes. All right, cool. I shouldn't have any more ads for the rest of the stream now. So yeah. All right. Okay. 40 seconds left. Okay. 25 seconds. All right, 15. All right, 10. Struggle down now. All right. 4 seconds. Okay, welcome back everyone. Oh, I'm struggling today on those. Okay. Let's get back into it. All right, so I need to paste in this. It's going to be called notification information. I'm going to add it in. And that's notification formation. Cool. So, and then we've got object status. And we just paste something in. All right. Object status confirm delete. So object status confirm delete. Like so. What we need to do, we just need to copy, need to paste, and then object status information. All right, cool. Object status list. Object status modal. All right. Sweet. Cool. All right, so object status, organizations. All right, organizations permissions profile, organizations permissions profile, projects public render, profiles projects render, request for change requirement item requirements, request for change requirement items requirements, search sprint tag, search. We don't have sprint. And tags. All right. Under sprints. So we're almost there. Under sprint, we've got add object wizard. So we need to go sprints, add object wizard. Add object wizard. And then what we want to do is we just want to copy this one, paste it in. And then we got confirm sprint delete. Confirm sprint delete. And then we got sprint information. And I just realized I haven't actually changed this one down here. All right, cool. And then we've got tags, tasks, users, validation. Tags, task, user, validation. All right, cool. So what we want to do is we want to kill that. We want to refresh this. We want to read the depreciation stuff. CJS build device node API is depreciated. All right, that's fine for the moment. If we have to update this, we will. But it's going to be a lot of work. Tests failed. All right, let's find out what failed. Cannot read properties of undefined reading sprint ID. So what we want to do is, that's perfectly fine. We made it down here. I think it's under sprint information. So I'm going to close all tabs. I'm going to reopen up sprint information. I think we're just missing details from in here, like the props. So if we have a look in here and go to permissions, not permissions, sorry, projects, and go project information, you'll notice that we got something like this. So we kind of want to do the same thing with the sprints. So what we can do is we can go over here, we can go find object, list sprints. We can actually go into any sprint whatsoever. And within, oh, we don't have this as built as, we don't have it built as debug mode. So what we're doing is we're building in debug mode and we're going and actually copying the props and their values, and then we're pasting it into the test itself. And that's a valid way of getting data in there. So much so that we can, it's just too easy. That's it. It's just way too easy. All right, that's not working as intended. We close it, we open up this. I'm going to bump this to the left side. And I'm going to go, all right, Gantt chart or sprint information. And it's this information here that we want. So first things first is we do this, we just go copy. And then we go paste. A simple shift V, a 3 and a less than, and we've bumped that all the way up into there. Then we're just going to format this so it looks nice. And then what we need to do is we need to open up this, and we're just going to copy value. And we're just going to paste. And we're doing that. And now this should actually be an object. So it should be in this format. And then we hit save. And come over here and everything's working perfectly fine. Now we want to quit. And we want to retest this. This is us doing the hurdles at the moment. We've got to find out where else we've done this. So we've got to quit this, rerun the whole thing. Because it's only we've only changed that one file, so it only retested that one file. This is the one problem with this software. Sometimes you just want it to retest all the fails. So, notification information. So we just need to go into notification information. So what we want to do, search notifications, a simple notification for everyone. Once again, we've got That's new notification. We just want to copy this. And then what we want is notification information. Is we're just doing the same thing. Just paste it in. All right, so that one's run. Now we've got to rerun the whole thing again. Yeah, this is just hurdling. This is just hurdles. We jump over one hurdle, we jump over another hurdle, and so forth like that. And then just pray that we increase the code coverage. Done. Perfect. All right, let's have a look at the code coverage report. So what we wanted to do, let's go back. Let's go refresh. Let's go all files. So we've got 35% functions, which is what we're focusing on. Dashboard. Ooh. That's really nice. Yep. Okay. All files. Yep, cool. We can clearly do those. Yeah, once again, we're not aiming for 100% because that's just insane. What we're doing is we're aiming for close enough. We're aiming for, I'm happy if I change this logic that the unit test will pick up a mistake. All right, so what is one thing we did tonight? We had a look at my planner. There we go, my planner object, new object wizard. Okay, sweet, sweet. We have a massive amount of data we're not going through, which we should. Yeah, and a massive amount of this and that. All right, cool. So yeah, those are some changes that we've got to implement. All right. So we've added permissions, we've done unit tests, we've fixed some bugs, we've done a release. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to close all of these tabs. I'm pretty happy with this, so I'm going to go quit. I'm going to make sure this is stopped. I'm going to remove all of the static files. So we've got a bunch of unit tests. We're going to git add, git commit, implementation of unit tests for implementation of unit tests for front end, missing front end components. Now, what we also got to do is, and I won't do this on stream, I'll actually pull the data out and stuff like that, is we're going to go through each of these components. There could be new components in here, especially under modules. I definitely guarantee there's a couple in here that we need to also hit and so forth like that. I'm going to say 35% for the unit tests at the moment. So I'm happy to update that. So we're moving these numbers up, which is great news. So yeah, once again, if I get up to 85%, I'm pretty happy there. If we can get above 90, that will be ecstatic. So if we have a look at prod NearBeach. Well, that's taking a while to load up. What the hell's going wrong with my my server? It's probably booting up. Unit tests. So we're currently into that. It would be great to actually move into the 80 and then the 85%, which is where we want to go. We've done all of that. So VTest sort of stuff. I'm going to put in a couple of VTest stuff into here. So VTest code coverage greater than, we've just done 35%. We're greater than 40%. We're working on that. VTest code coverage greater than 45%. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll keep that as normal. VTest code coverage greater than 50%. I'm gonna knock this down to low. Yeah, let's go low and low. Let's move this one up. Let's move these down. Let's put that as the lowest for the moment. Once again, not... Yeah. Look at Faker.js to create a lot of fake data. Yep. Move unit test moving cards. That's end-to-end test, not unit test. Sorry, that's going over there. Connect Cypress with Circle CI. Yeah, I think that's now over there. That's actually, it's not completed. It's really, I should be archiving card. And I should archive those. Archive those. And archive those. So we've got goals. These are our goals. Idea, implementation of code coverage for Cypress. Cypress again. Cypress is, I don't think we're using Cypress. We're using Playwright. Team leader, organization, and customers. All right, no. Unit testing, all of that. Yeah, mock Axios data. Yeah, this is what we want to do. Yeah. So the idea is a lot of NearBeach, it renders the basic sort of page and then it fetches the data. Later down the track, what we want to do is we want to implement that only fetches the data when you click on those particular components and so forth like that. Now we can manually do that at the moment, but there's going to be a lot of freaking code and a lot of mucking around. Whereas we could potentially utilize what VueJS is most likely going to implement in the future. So we're going with the latter because it's not that important for us at the moment because a lot of that data is very, very small. It just fetches in the background. So, yeah, NearBeach has quite a lot of Axios calls and we need to test each and every single Axios call to make sure that essentially the page renders perfectly fine. Things are going to work and so forth like that. So, yeah. All right, cool. Sweet. All right. So we've done some unit tests. We've done that. We've done some bug testing. We do still have some major sort of stuff in here. We've got 2 major ones. I feel like if I got time tomorrow, I can do this 24-hour. I can easily change the math around this particular thing. That won't be too hard to actually implement. It's just math. That's how we're rendering everything at the moment. So math, it's great. As for the other stuff, I'm going to try and knock them out as I go along. So I'm actually going to knock this into there, because these are 2 major ones. We could do a release if I get them both done tomorrow. Gantt charts can get around security. I think that one's just me literally just implementing it and writing as many unit tests as possible around it. We're not going to do that tonight because I'm going to finish stream very, very soon. As for these other ones, add object to sprint wizard, still using table format and stuff like that. I need to... this one I need to design. I've got it somewhat designed in my head, so yeah. Yeah, I just need to go through all of these. We've got another major one. Gantt charts can easily get around security. Sprints. I think that's going to be for the next version. I think that's going to be a Sunday thing. Not a Sunday. Sorry, a Wednesday stream thing. Yeah, I'll just go through it and so forth like that. Yeah, so a lot of this, we can knock off a couple of bugs here and there and so forth like that. I feel like, yeah, I feel like a couple of these we should be able to. This one, definitely in the next fix. That one won't take me too long to actually implement. Yeah, we just need to make sure it'll work in the next version of Python. Card information uses old table format instead of card format. Yeah, a lot of this is nitpicky sort of stuff. I like white space in the Gantt chart. Yeah, that's just nitpicky. So yeah, end date within sprint, not keeping state. Log into NearBeach, find object list for instance. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, yeah, alright, cool. Yeah, that one will be a bit fun to actually sort of do stuff like that. So if I've got 4 for the next couple of things, this will be 26. Counter bugs, I need to bump that up to 26. If I can knock out 5, so that will be about 5 releases worth of bugs. But at the same time, what I want to do is, give me 2 seconds, blogs, latest blog, info, let's bump it over here. The other thing is I don't want to lose track of doing the documentation either. I also don't want to, so we've done this with, yeah, we've implemented more user tests. We're happy with that. We need to do some improvements to the marketing site, which I've been putting off, but there's no tomorrow. There's a bunch of stuff which I want to do for the marketing site. And another thing I want to do is get the scheduler done, which is going to be big. That's going to take me a week to do minimal. probably 2 weeks. And I don't see myself doing this month. So yeah, to be fair, we've done quite a lot of new functionality so far. So if I can get this out, if I can fix up the more unit tests, documentation, and do a full site test using 3.12, I think I've exceeded the goals. I don't know why I put this in here. I think I was being very too hopeful for that. But that's fine. That can be moved to next month. So yeah. Anyway, I've been ranting enough. Let's find someone to raid. Ooh, is Coppinger sleeping at the moment? If he is, we won't. Yeah, he's sleeping. We won't raid him. We'll let him sleep. Toggle bit is going on though, so let's raid him.